Hey guys, Amos here from Seat Skins. Today we're going to be trying out one of our newest products, which is a headrest cover for VE Series 1 and Series 2. This is to replace your old headrest cover. Your first step is to be taking the headrest obviously out of the car. I'm going to show you how to take the old headrest cover off. There's two plastics in here that are wedged between a plastic housing. So you want to get a flat blade and you want to get that in there like so. And pop that bad boy up. Now once you've got the one side up, the other side should come up pretty easily, like so. Right, now you've got two methods for actually taking it off the foam. You can either cut it, unless, obviously, if you want to sell it, you can pry it off, which I'm going to do for you. Show you the harder way on doing it. When I say harder, it's not really that hard. Or squish the foam as small as possible, drag it off. And make sure not to damage the foam either when you're doing this. That works. Go, like so. All right, now we have the headrest without the cover on it. Now the method that we tend to use for VE headrests is called, well, basically a bag and a vacuum. So what we're going to do is get our plastic bag here, open this up, and then you want to basically just put this bag over the top of the headrest, making sure not to rip any holes in the plastic, as that would ruin the method. No, that's pretty easy. Okay, now we have the bag over the headrest. We're going to get our vacuum, which obviously we have an industrial style vacuum. You can use any vacuum at home, it doesn't really matter, although it has to have this attachment. Now what we're going to do is get the headrest post. We're going to get the vacuum. We're going to put that down on top. We want to make sure then when we're putting the vacuum on the head post, we want to make sure that it's all the way down and kind of squished into the foam. And we want to make sure that when it's actually sucking, we make sure that plastic bag is nicely wrapped around that head post. Otherwise, the bag will just get sucked in and it just won't work. So you want it to basically create a vacuum where the bag is squishing down on the foam. So you want to make this foam as small as possible so you can get the headrest cover on. Now then, you've got to be quick with this. Once this creates a vacuum and it squishes, it will only stay squished for a small amount of time, so we've got to basically shove it in there as quickly as possible. There we go. Now what you want to do, you want to make sure to work fast before it blows back up. So you've got it nice and loose in the actual headrest cover. You want to fit it properly, pull that off, turn the vacuum off, and then now it will come back to its original size. You just want to make sure to play with it as it's blowing back up to make sure the seams are all sitting correctly. Because if you don't and it goes to full size, it's going to be really difficult to move the seams around. So that's what we have so far. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, the bag is still on the foam on the inside, but I'll show you how to take that off in a minute. Work this around. So it's sitting nice and right. It is actually quite easier to move the seams around when you have the bag underneath here, whereas when the cover is just touching the foam, it can be a little bit difficult because there's a bit of friction there. But with the bag, it makes it nice and slippy, which is good. Massage that all, make it look nice. All right, now we've got the headrest cover on. It's looking pretty damn good if you ask me. just want you to remember, red isn't the only color. We've got 13 different color options to choose from. If you head to the website, you can see the different options. We also have this for the VF Series 1 and Series 2. Now what I like to do is I like to keep the seams facing towards me, so they're not facing outwards. It's hard to explain really, but basically we want it so that you aren't looking into the seam. So you want the seam facing towards the back of the car. Just makes it look a little bit more smart. All right. Now, for removing the bag, you can remove the entirety of the bag, but it's not necessary. What I tend to do is I tend to just kind of get my fingers up in there, make a little tear in the bag itself, and then you can actually feel it as well pulling from under the cover. Sometimes it doesn't, it goes planned, but you want to basically pull the majority of that plastic out so you just can't see it. There we go. It can go in the bin. All right. Now we obviously have this bit of leather wrap showing up, so I'm just gonna squish that, turn that the other way around, squish that down into the foam. And so it looks nice. This piece of leatherette on this side has folded too far in, so we're gonna pull this back out. There we go. Wrap that around, make it look nice. Alrighty. Now we're going to shove both of these plastic clips back into that plastic housing. See, that's plastic housing there. Now this bit's not super tricky, it's a little bit fiddly. I like to use a flat blade, pressing it onto the plastic edge, basically getting it into position. All right. There you have it. Make sure that those seams are sitting correctly. It's really handy to have a flat blade. Let's move that around. Just get my flat blade in there again, just to be 100% sure they're all down, nice and snug. There we go. There we have it. There's your VE headrest, now upgraded to a brand new with a HSV logo and a top quality leather material. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this really helps. Make sure to subscribe, give us a like on the Facebook, to keep up to date with all our other fitting videos that will be coming out soon. So yeah, and go ahead and buy yourself a headrest cover. So yeah, get your trim on.